Hi, I'm Amirhossein Shahri. I'm here with one other episode of Reviewing Art. Today I'm going to talk about the movie Nope. I just watched it, it's very new, so I thought it would be cool to talk about that. I'm going to spoil the movie, so be ready for that. The spoiler alert. The movie was very good until up to the end, but in the end was very disappointing. And I will tell you why. But before that, let me talk about Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele is the director that he has had couple of good movies, and he's trying to have his own signature like Quentin Tarantino, and so he tries his best to make it different. That's why he tried to use a subject which is cliche, like normal, typical, like UFO, and he wanted to end it in the way to make it special. But I think he failed. And so that's why always we were hearing the movie from Jordan Peele. He said, oh, the director of those movies, so let's see what's gonna happen. And actually in the trailer he talks about that, you think you know the story. So if you remember in Cabin in the Wood, the slogan, the title of the movie was about like, you think you know the story. So you think typical college student, teenagers, couple of boys and girls, they go to the cabin in the wood, and then you see something, creature, monsters gonna come and eat them. But we saw that was totally different. And in this one also, Jordan Peele says, you think you know the story. It says, it is not what you think. So in my opinion, it is not what you think. It means I'm gonna change it, your perspective, your view of UFOs and aliens. Actually, it changed it, but not in the good way, but the bad way. Let me talk about the good points of the movie. So there are a couple of scenes that you see in the beginning and you think it is irrelevant, but in the end you see like, oh, okay, now makes sense why. For example, it keeps showing you the guy who is riding the horse, and it shows the first movie recorded, like putting a couple of pictures next to each other and frame by frame running through each other, so it makes it like someone is riding a horse. And actually the story is about the one horseman. That was a cool thing. And also some of those creatures that you see in the movie, like you see a couple of other things, objects that they really look like one organ or one part or component of that creature. That was a cool. And also one of the productions that made that movie was Monkey Something production. So in the beginning there is a logo, 5-second video of that, like a Columbia production, Universal one. And you see for the monkey one, there's the monkey is running away like a crazy. So you think that is the logo of the production in the beginning of the movie, but actually you see also it is part of the movie as well. That was kind of creative, and I give it that to Jordan Peele. And also the graphic, everything, CGI, acting, the story really made sense, was high quality. Those characters got into the story, met each other very realistically. It wasn't like, oh, I have to somehow bring you to the story. But in the end, again, like up to the 3/4 of the movie is good, and the last quarter of it, it's terrible. And the reason that it's terrible because it doesn't give you any explanation what's gonna happen, what is that about. So I'm gonna tell you what's the story about so you can understand what exactly I'm saying. So the story is about that there's a ranch and there's a brother and sister. Their father died by that UFO thing, and they realize that, oh, there's an UFO, and since there hasn't been any good quality picture of them, so what if we have a camera over there and we wait whenever the UFO shows up, so we can make a video of that, record the video, and then sell it, and then get famous, and then get rich. So that's a plan. So they set up cameras all over the place, but in the end, it surprises them. So because everywhere that this UFO thing goes, everything shut down. So they cannot record the video, and then also it starts to eat people. And then, as you can see on the trailer, it says if you don't look at it, it doesn't kill you, it doesn't eat you, so it doesn't take it with itself. The way it is like makes like a tornado, then suck you up and then eat you, and then whatever is left from you is gonna be dumped down on the ground wherever it feels like to dump it. When the UFO thing is not actually UFO, it's a creature, it's a monster, it's something that whenever it's like a camouflage trying to make it look like other thing, but make it look like what? Like mostly like snakes or other lizard, they try to look like a environment around. But you try to look like your environment around this UFO thing, and then there's no inertia. So go left, right, like a ping pong inside the cup. There is no inertia, anything to stop it. So even if you're a creature, still there should be a gravity applied to you. And the way that they find out, so it looks like a UFO, but in the end, one of the guy gets a fence, gets something sharp, and then whenever it gets sucked inside it, so those sharp things, it's like a balloon and fluff, and then it gets torn, and from the alien UFO shape, it turns to the like octopus shape. But still, it has a mouth, and the mouth really looks like the square of recording camera. And it was kind of like handmade stuff, because really the body of the creature looks like a balloon, and I think purposefully they try to do that. It's not like it looks like it, it's exactly like it. So I think it's, I don't know if, but I mean the creature is aware of the environment. It's AI but made by a balloon. Like it's kind of like weird. There are so many unanswered questions in the end of the movie that you say, okay, what was that? Or what was this thing? And it doesn't even give you answer, it doesn't even give you clue. So in the end you could conclude by yourself. But instead they leave you alone with thoughts, and it's only blank, like there's nothing. So they have to help you a little in the end. Okay, maybe this is this or that, and even they don't talk about that. Hey, what is that thing? So in the beginning you thought that was a UFO, but then you see like that was a monster, and that monster was really, that wasn't from flesh or blood or bones or anything. It was kind of like plastic made, handmade thing. Yeah, I mean, IMDb gave 7.6 out of 10, and Rotten Tomato 82%. But I think it's gonna go down. People are gonna say, hey, this is typical UFO movies. You cannot make it so deep or crazy philosophical from that. Yeah, you can have your Easter egg, but still remember, if it is UFO alien movie, so 90% of them gonna be typical, you know, and you have to have some answer, some like simple answer for them and very deep answer for those people who want more. But you cannot forget about 90% of the audience. That's why it's gonna hurt, because many people, they just go watch it because it's alien movie, and I believe that it's gonna hurt him, because with what cost you want it to be different, special, too special that no one could have a connection with your movie. So I think there will be a lot of backlash from audience for that movie, and I think this is the risk that he was willing to take. So yeah, let's see what happens next. But again, as long as it looks like a UFO craft, the movie is good. But whenever in the end changes to the creature without any explanation, this is handmade, this is monster, what is that? How can it move so fast, hover on everything? Up to that point, I think you would enjoy it, but in the end you would get surprised, but in a negative way. So I would give, in its genre, I would give 6 out of 10. It was a very good movie, but the end wasn't bad. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you like it. If you did, press the like button, and also leave the comment, subscribe, and send it to friends who are interested in alien movie, UFO movies. And I hope to see you next time.